Okay, sir.
Hi.
Am I ready?
Hi.
Action. Go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, it's good morning, everybody. We are from we are a group of people who are came for consulting you all on my President Maithripala Sirisena's Manifesto, and we are here to present about the SWOT analysis we have done on his manifesto. While reading on the manifesto, we identified he is talking about major 11 topics, and according to all those topics, we have done a SWOT analysis. We have identified what are the strengths he has on doing those actions, and what are the weaknesses, what are the strengths, what are the opportunities, what are the threats, and for some points we are discussing how to transfer those weaknesses into a strength and threats into a opportunity. So first we all discuss about the strengths and weaknesses. In the very first point, he is talking about constitutional. Maithripala Sirisena is talking about constitutional amendment. So Tasha, what do you think about the strengths?
I agree to President Maithripala Sirisena's manifesto. One strength that we could identify clearly from his victory as well is the support he received from other parties, which is, I think, which is really needed to for a successful Sri Lanka in the future.
But Tasha, don't you feel, yes, TNA, UNP, UKSA, and some civil organizations like Madhulu Abeso, they are supporting for Maithripala Sirisena's this constitutional amendment to win a 2/3 majority. Yes, it's helpful, but there are some remonstrances from the politicians from the same party, so that while implementing this, we can consider about the arguments they are making, and we can make the amendments according to their good ideas, and we can give a good outcome to the society.
So I think that's a good way to change the weakness into a strength and make sure that we plan accordingly. And the next thing is amending the electoral system, where you allocate a member of parliament for each electorate, which I think is good, so that there's a specific focus on a specific person in an electorate, so that we can focus on related issues.
As the weakness of that such a system, it will make a high competition among government side politicians as well to come into the parliament. The competition will be increased, but only one will get the chance to get into the parliament. So that, since the strengths are higher than the weakness, we can establish a well-established process on this, and process-oriented election commission can be established for the new system, so that it will reduce the problems and competition of the politicians.
And also when you mentioned about the election commission, you can see that he's also like the citizens will have a clear mindset about because he wouldn't allow any election bribes as well.
Yeah.
And then you look at the next point, the development economy. Honorable Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, I think you have good qualities of bridging the gaps between Sri Lanka and the other nations, which I think is a very good strength in the current government, and the right to information, so that people will also be aware about what is happening in the country. The other point is increasing the interest rates where on fixed deposits, and also increasing on credits as well, so that we will encourage new businesses to flourish in the country. When it comes to GDP, I think when focusing to increase it as well as foreign investments will also help to eliminate poverty in the country and also stabilize the economy.
But when we are talking about foreign investments, government is introducing new principles, and its previous principles are changing a lot, so that it will create a fear on other countries to invest on Sri Lanka. But we can overcome that weakness by arranging more awareness sessions in global countries and discuss about the opportunities they have in Sri Lanka by investing. Like they have already discussed about Volkswagen establishing in Sri Lanka. Like that, they can go further on the awareness sessions.
And also when it comes to moral society, we can see that the government has allocate a special force to suppress the drug dealers in the country, where they have combined the National Intelligence Service and also the STF and the Customs and the Authority of Control of Dangerous Drugs, which I think that combination is a good way to curb drug dealers.
But as a weakness of the same thing, government can't take considerable actions, legal actions for criminals done by previous government. But we can transfer it as a strength as well, because when you are talking and when you are publishing about the previous government's crimes, it will make a fear on new government to do the same thing again and again.
So when it comes to food security and sustainable agriculture, we can see that the manifesto is more focused on farmers, liberating the farmers, and also protecting the environment. And when it comes to the example in the Jaffna Peninsula, where they are planning on increasing the food production, so by doing so we can see new opportunities for the unemployed people as well, so that will also enhance their living standards and be beneficial.
Yeah, but initiating such a new project like herbal fertilizer or on agriculture, it will you need a big amount of money to initiate the project. But in that case, Sri Lanka can use our own scientists, microbiologists, nutritionists, genealogists, and technologies on implementing those initiations, and we can stop illegal gene exports and start our own gene banks. Rather than sending them to other countries, we can use our own resources on this matter.
So when it comes to healthcare for all, they have also suggested that by establishing a postgraduate institute to safeguard the knowledge of the hereditary medicine methods in Sri Lanka, we can that knowledge within the country and also improve that knowledge. So I think that's a good opportunity in the future also it will be benefited.
But in this healthcare section, they are talking, Maithripala Sirisena is talking about drug policies, but it will decrease the market competition because only 5 companies per one drug can compete on the market, so that the quality of the drugs will reduce and few companies will get the maximum benefits from the drugs, so that we can transform it into a strength by giving priority for high quality and the drugs which are made using high technology to be imported, and there is a price control obviously, because for the same drug now we are paying a lot when we have other alterations as well.
I think the next point in the manifesto is the education and to overcome new challenges. So by giving the freedom to the university students where they can also be employed part-time, they can earn while they learn, so that they can also start making their self-sufficient. When they pass out from the university, they will also have a job as well as the experience. So I think that's a good way of moving forward in the education system, and also allocating 6% of the GDP where they can see areas where they need to really improve, and maybe like rural schools where less facilities are there, and see how to manage those resources in the education system.
But the main problem of this better education system is we educated our people, we spend our tax money on them, but the final thing is brain draining. They are going overseas and they are earning for other countries. And it's getting, it is talking about, in the manifesto, they are talking about screening on international schools, but again it's a cost for the government. For that, to transfer those weaknesses into a strength, why don't we introduce a new mechanism to get more foreign exchange from educated people rather than sending housewives to other countries, just like Middle East. We can get more foreign exchange from educated people.
Honorable Prime Minister Sirisena, I think you and your government have very strong skills in international relations. So like I mentioned before in the earlier point, it will also help, and also having skilled professionals for in the diplomatic missions as well, because not really focusing on the politicians' relations is a good point as well. And in order to eradicate unemployment, we can see that
we could identify increases.
So when it comes to eradicating unemployment, we can see that we can encourage entrepreneurs and also who are really manufacturing import substitutes, and there we can reduce the unemployment and also produce low-cost products to be used within the country.
But since our entrepreneurs are getting into our market, it will reduce the foreign investments. But it is opening a good market for our own people.
When it comes to an advanced and responsible public sector, we can see that, for example, we can take Singapore's Temasek model to regularize management of state-owned institutions like I guess Chatura already gave an overview of what comes in one. So I think different governments need to learn from the successful factors of other governments and see if possible implement within the country. So I think they have done some research and according to that. So
and in manifesto, it's talking about getting power laborers into the work, but it will reduce the workforce productivity because they don't have a proper training. But government can give them a proper training and get the maximum from the young workforce. On the other point, an advanced responsible public and energy sector Sri Lanka.
There we can, what we see is like we can discourage the use of private vehicles and like focus more towards public transportation and benefits from public transportation, and also we can minimize the pollution and save on energy as well.
But he is talking about giving priority for coal as the energy source, but it is increasing environmental pollution. It is the main weakness of that point. But you can give give energy for a low cost.
And I think when it comes to media, they decided to telecast the parliamentary proceedings so that all citizens can get a good insight of what's happening there.
But right to information will lead to spread wrong information in the society. But government can introduce a proper mechanism to filter what is sharing on social media and on media and social media. So Yasant and Sarita will talk about
Opportunities and threats.
Thank you. Let's see the opportunities and threats of the Maithripala Sirisena Manifesto. That's the first point. It is the constitutional amendment guaranteed democracy. So inside that, they are going to stop all the wasteful expenses and establish economic planning council. So you can use all those money for the country development. So yes, something as a threat.
Yeah, actually the first step about that using the executive presidential system with unlimited powers. Actually, I feel like it's not good position for the country because the country had 30 years ago, and immediately removing most of the executive presidential system, the powers, will be a big disadvantage to the country. And also, none of you or none of us don't know. None of us know which are those things. Some people say some decisions, some factors they will remove, but these are not properly mentioned in the topic.
So the second one is the development of the economy. So the current government, it is transparent and it's fair. So it's long run, it is more, there are more benefits, and Chinese government and India is supporting Sri Lanka. In India, they are going to support for trade and tourism. So that is the opportunity for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, so the previous government, what they have done actually, they had bad policies, that's why many problems happen. And also Indian government and Chinese government, they try to invest on our country and do some projects, and also they compete each other. And this is a good opportunity to us. And also this is a big test for us because we can't believe Indian. We also can't believe Chinese because they have done, they can use this Sri Lanka as their hub. That's their plan. So we need to be careful because we are also a nation, we also have people, human population. So we can do something on ours. That's the best thing. And these two countries are very close.
Third one is the moral society. So the government is built up with Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim leaders. So it's a contribution from all the religious parties. And we can say as an example, they have stopped the progress in the casino project. So because of the concern raised by the majority Buddhist people.
Yeah, I don't have any case for that one.
Then the food security, sustainability, agriculture. In that, they are going to stop using chemicals like which are causing kidney problems. So they are going to move into agrochemicals. So this will help to improve the health of the people.
Yeah, but this has to be done not like stopping all the imports and doing something like because Sri Lankan still don't have some knowledge about producing this kind of items. So that's why that without any plan, if government Sri Lankan they do something, that will become another threat for the health sector because Sri Lanka 100% free health service.
Point is it's healthcare for all. So they are planning to provide 3% of GDP for healthcare. So it will they can they can improve the life of the people.
Yeah, that is a really bad decision because this I don't know what they have done here. Previous government did something healthcare free because this government giving 100% free. I think this is never going to end because people need to do something methodically. Government needs to do something methodically and we stop this one because 100% health means people will do whatever things and go to hospital and take things free. So that's a big threat for the country development. I am talking about the development. I know these are maybe not practical, but we need to focus step by step to doing this. Okay.
The sixth point is the free education. So they are going to spend 6% of the GDP. And another point we identified is they are going to provide loans for students. So it will give them a chance to do more, to go for higher education.
Yeah, giving everything free and also increasing
allocation is finished. Questions and comments? So, out of all this, what do you think what we are going to achieve? 2020. Very briefly summarize one more sentence. What is the outcome at the end of 6 years?
Using of maximum resources we have, understanding, identifying the resources what we have in Sri Lanka and using the maximum out of our own resources rather than going for importing from other countries and a better country than we have in 2015.
Better country means on what sense?
On economic, social, cultural, education, environment.
How much better?
So
So anyway, country will be better if you don't do anything. If you stop even like small things, every thing, so automatically there will be some progress. Do you want that kind of thing as basis of this documentation? Is it just?
No. In here we are mainly focusing on how to do it in a better way, rather than
do what?
all the manifesto 11 points in this manifesto.
Yeah, so those 11 points, what they will achieve? How do you summarize that in one or two seconds?
Tricky question.
For example, I will make it more simple for you. What is the vision expected from Maithripala Sirisena's manifesto by 2021 as to be?
A good society, a better society than we have now, and
development.
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 Yes. Development, better one. Smaller one. Okay, any other questions? Irish?
What are the recommendations to stop brainstorming?
yeah, we discussed. Yes, brainstorming. There's brain drain. In the brain draining case, yes, it is happening now. One thing is foreign investments, increasing the foreign investments in Sri Lanka. But other than that, what we are seeing is now most of the foreign currency is getting from housewives in Middle East. But rather than that,
having unique white power.
No, exporting housewives for Middle East countries, housemaids. Okay. Then, but why don't we give knowledge people for them and get more money from them rather than getting by a house?
So you suggest we send engineers, doctors as
Yeah,
housemates?
dentists.
No, then you don't understand that. Please,
It's like for our in our countries or universities degree has a more weightage than other countries, so that our science degree holders, doctors, engineers, dentists, especially nurses, we can send them into middle European countries, USA, Canada. There's a big demand for our people, so that we can give them opportunities to work on those developed countries and get more money rather than getting from Middle East by.
if they don't send money back, that would break.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I introduced there should be a mechanism to get money back to Sri Lanka, like giving them while they are studying. We can allow them to get loans. It is suggested.
They will not come back and they will not pay the loan. We have serious problem with the university staff, doctors.
Actually, we are thinking about widely leaving Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
More than
Yes, bonds.
Will it reduce the migration?
It will increase sometimes. But if the foreign investments are improving and it's increasing in Sri Lanka and they are getting more paid in Sri Lanka, it will reduce.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
in the lecture you have said about the drug policy.
Yeah.
Can you go to that one?
Very quick questions, ma'am. Last question. Ask the question.
So like you are saying that the policies are not developed yet, or
No, in the proposed policy, it is mentioning that per one drug, only 5 companies can compete in the market, and so that it will decrease the market competition.
what is the solution that you, that means your idea is to reverse those things?
Yeah, we have done. We need to give priority for high quality drugs and the drugs which are created using high technology and original drugs to be in the market. Then our people, our society can get quality drugs rather than.
They will be more expensive.
But it is controlled by the policy.
So who will pay the great price? The government?
No, it's like doctors can recommend from the drug name only, so that we have the freedom of choosing which drug to be used.
No, well, this is not what you are saying now. If you want to have generic drugs,
Yeah.
maybe they are cheaper. But if you want to import high technologically and high quality drugs, you have to buy branded ones from European countries.
It's like this. For some drugs, it's already there in the market, but people don't know. It's like for paracetamol.
Clarification, you want paracetamol to be promoted or Panadol to be promoted?
Yeah.
Which are
Paracetamol to be promoted.
more generally.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Last group. Start at 12:30.
Can start relax.
Now,
Good morning, Honorable Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers. First of all, special thanks to all of you for selecting us and giving us the opportunity to do the consultancy services for the Manifesto. So, first of all, to introduce the consultant team. So, I myself, Murali, head of the consultant team, and will be asking my team itself questions in behalf of Prime Minister in go ahead with the Manifesto implementation. So the next is Sanjeeva, Umesha, Dayan and Arani will be the team members. So yes, the manifesto contains proposals. Proposals focus mainly on 11 areas. The proposed changes in manifesto is to be brought into effect upon implementing constitutional amendments that include the abolition of executive presidency. The manifesto also proposed a set of ethics for people, so representatives, to be introduced and legalized in order to prevent them from abusing their power to engage unlawful activities. The manifesto also was divided into two categories, two angles that we can look upon from. That is from the first 100 days, which is very important. Why I say very important is manifesto, although it covers for 5 years, this 100 days, execution of this 100 days is very much important in going ahead and achieving the 5 years task, 5 years goals. So sticking and getting the 100 days plans, that is very important critical fact here. And Maithripala's vision is also like the corruption and fairness was it was there from the beginning, but what happened during the last few years was very much raised the bar in terms of corruption and other harmful activities. So first is to begin with, out of the 11 areas, one of the critical area which also got the majority votes because of the promise of constitutional amendment in guaranteeing democracy. What happens here is to abolish the executive presidency powers, where we can. It was initiated actually 20 years back in 1994. The SLFP party was trying to bring in this constitution change, but it was just dragging along. So this might be the right time to make the changes. So we can give an independent police department, election commission department, justice department, and so on. So I'll bring in Sanjeeva for the development thing.
As a consultant, we study all around the area in the country regarding development, including construction sector and sectors, and also manifesto described the 10 times the development that actually occurred during the past 6 years. We also organized right development priorities that are now upside down. Reassess all mega projects undertaken recently. Custom duty houses to people. These are the most important.
So, Sanjay, how are you going about the existing major projects that already started? Is it good to scratch them or to continue with them?
Yeah, actually, the Honorable President and Honorable Prime Minister, as you No, don't. Right? Right. So then there was a construction boom in Sri Lanka last days, right? So now it has been stopped due to some various reasons. That's why Honorable President going to reassess all the mega projects. But these projects needed, like the long-term projects like Southern Highway we are using. There are so many opportunities raising about these projects. So likewise, according to the reassessment program, they have stopped the northern highway, expressway. So those are the things we needed to. And also, if we get the construction industry, there are so many opportunities, and it leads to the unemployment based on the Sri Lanka economy as well. So then, as a consultant, my idea is better to have long-term projects like.
And also, how do you consider? I mean, like how we can play with funds from local bank to boost the economic development?
Actually, local bank. If you get the project like Northern Expressway, which is more than there are Sri Lankan contractors, right? And there was a strategy to obtain loan from local bank by giving tested bonds to the as a guarantee to the bank. So then we don't want to get foreign currencies and foreign money and foreign loan. We don't want to pay interest for them. So then that is a good strategy. So my idea is to follow these strategies as President said. So, sound please.
What are you saying?
Give me a second. He's saying, he's telling he is going to give more priority to the small scale business as well as the short term projects. So, as a consultant, that should be there, but it's better to have long term project as well. Why? So, that long term project leads to those opportunities indirectly and indirectly.
And Sanjay, moving on international relationship, how do you see potential options to develop international relationship? International
relationships, of course, there are job opportunities, business opportunities all around the world. Right? In the meantime, the developed construction industry in foreign countries, not only construction industry, as already implemented brandings and Gumro like that. Where construction industry also can overseas and do our colors and get some foreign income to Sri Lanka, and it's also solution to the unemployment aspect.
Okay, thank you, Sanjiva. And Umisha, can you start on both sexually and sustainable agriculture?
Yeah. So this is a special important part in the manifesto. So food security and sustainable agriculture. Here the brief things he will be doing in this coming years. So he is going to specially look into this past 2 decades kidney diseases were arising from the agricultural areas, and also with that there's in our culture there's not that much consideration for farmer occupation. So therefore, for them to this cost of to increase their the way of living, they are going to give a pension scheme, and also these kind of things they are going to have. So we have done.
So what are the main challenges and strategy options to overcome food and agriculture, also natural conservation?
This is a basic general kind of analysis we did. So there are the main thing is now, as it says, currently our country is self-sufficient in rice, but also we have from generations irrigation system coming. So, but the weakness is we are heavily importing these chemical fertilizers. Because of that, because the main reason is so far we have concentrated on short-term projects. Likewise, these chemical fertilizers give you instant outcome. So because of that, heavy use of this has malnourished our soil, and also with the harvest coming on, people around the area has now come up with diseases by getting these arsenic toxic substances. So these kind of things have come, and also even though we have irrigation system, the management is not that much in a good condition. It is unsatisfactory. So also we have come up with several threats, like the manifesto says that there's a ban on Sri Lankan fish exports to enter the European market, and also these 2 decades cancers coming on, it will be a bad reputation for Sri Lanka if we are going to export the rice. So the manifesto says good plans here. They are going to ban those identified fertilizers, and also going to come up with locally developed organic fertilizers. And also they are specially concentrating on removing that ban for fishery exports.
And your advice on industrial service that eradicate unemployment, what's your advice on strategy implementation on improving the unemployment?
Okay. In that one, unemployment, so we already know, even from our before competitors also told that we have free education. So all of us have free education, and there are huge lot of people with educated people. And also, since we have free health services, these educated people, they are healthy, they can carry on working for their lifetime. But the thing is, even though we have educated people, we don't have compatible jobs. And there's this gap between the current education and the needed job skills for the available jobs. And also it is a threat that since we are educated, outside in the foreign countries, they have high salary jobs with high salaries. And also there are like Australia and other countries who are willing to get our skillful and educated people to migrate to there. So what happens then? The thing is, we are not satisfied with here, even though we have this all free education and health. So there should be some bigger plan. There should be some way to motivate people to stay here. Like we should be having like they are going to increase the income in the salary. So the salary going with compatible for the high cost of living, and also the education should be upgraded to go with to compatible with the jobs, and along with other things, it will go like that. So then that's all.
Yeah, thank you, Misha. So then you're going to touch up on the point of media freedom. So first we look at the public sector. So how are we going to increase the productivity, and how are we going to motivate employees in the productivity sector in order to achieve the manifesto's points on public sector?
Yes, because nowadays there are so many corruptions in the public sector, and there's a problem in the quality of the service also. So to reduce those things, we mentioned increase the productivity and motivate employees. Because of those things, we can give a better and quality service. So to increase the productivity, we mentioned create a proper management method top to bottom. It means give the capable people to the right positions. Otherwise, it will be a mess, and there will be a problem. Create a field process and monitor to improve the quality of service. There should be a proper process day-to-day for day-to-day work, and it should be monitored by someone else. Otherwise, the process will not work with the situations. The next thing is motivate employees. It's a very effective for the quality of the services. Give employees the training what they want, and give the equipment also. Training, they should be friendly to the public, humans, and those kind of things.
And the other thing is, normally the culture of the public sectors is so difficult, and it's the nowadays the culture is group teamwork. So you would suggest to build a teamwork in the public sectors.
And on energy secure, what are the methodologies to go over the energy secure implementation as per the manifesto?
Actually, you mentioned, and everyone knows the price of the fuel will going down and increasing. So at that time, Sri Lanka price is not efficiently paid for the world price. So there should be a proper way to reduce the price with the world oil price.
If prices go up, world prices go up.
So
If world prices go up, what should we do?
have to increase the price. And there should be a visible formula to for the fuel and electricity charges. Otherwise, we don't know how they are increase the oil prices and other things. They increase what they want. Improve public transportation, scale a quality service. Give public transportation as like buses and trains. Now we all know trains are not working properly on time, so we can increase the productivity and give better opportunity to public sector people to travel those things. And the other thing is
Well, I get that. Now, if you make trains go on time, how you get energy?
it means the use.
So that you said that you go on time and not for various do the service by punctuality and all. But how it affect the energy security?
The other ways, the punctuality and the traffic, the strain is key there.
Public transportation. So how you use the public transportation to improve the energy efficiency? You get particularly energy and energy.
We mentioned about buses. If there is the road and other things are blocked or something, then it wastes the fuel also. Kind of that thing. Trains.
Did you say something on relevant or just asking? So you avoid like blockades to reduce fuel consumption.
Buses it can help, but trains there's something. And look at the aspect of energy saving solutions. Like Sri Lanka, we can use fully electrical cars. So we have to encourage people to get the hybrid cars also. So reduce the
electric train.
still there's no environment to build. We have to get it to either big project to create a.
You don't want to big project. You want to do small project.
No, at the current position we are trying to learn the other.
No, I'm asking now, can you have electric train system in Sri Lanka to improve energy efficiency?
Yeah.
Yes or no? So I suggest that we should have metros, railway network, airport transportation.
We have to do a massive project for that.
You also recommend many projects.
Recommend, but at this point of view,
Recommending for next 5 years, are you going to recommend or not?
I'm going to recommend, but I don't think it will be happening in next 5 years or so.
So you don't recommend? Happening or not happening is our job.
Yeah, I recommend if can do.
It's up to you to answer this.
And introduce a hybrid, decrease the hybrid tax also, and we can use.
You ordered one? Yeah, it has missed up one.
All right, thank you, Dan. Yeah, Ami, what's your
So, 2 minutes, huh? 2 minutes.
I was
I said it's your time, you should manage. If you ask me to shut up, I will shut up.
So we are talking about the healthcare for all, and for here in the manifesto they are pointing out some several points that they are going to say that it is going to be good for the government of Sri Lanka or not. So you are already saying that we are going to increase the 1.8 to 3%. Of course, we have to do that one because all around the world there is a quality of having the
Speak
GDP.
slowly, I will give 2 minutes.
Okay. So we have to maintain the GDP growth because we have to maintain the quality of GDP because other countries they are giving the most important thing for the health sector. So and the other thing, in the manifesto they have mentioned about the outpatient unit. They are going to open till 10 p.m. So that one also you can do it because there is opportunity that normally in Sri Lanka after their 7 years of medical studies, the students are coming out and they are allocating to the hospitals. So like there are 800 to 1,000 doctors they are producing from the universities to do that one. So there is a big opportunity that we can do that one, and also there is a need for that because the Colombo people most people are employed. So for them, like during the daytime, it's difficult to come for the consultant to the hospital. So if you are going to do that one, it is really grateful, and the people are also going to support for you. And the next thing is we are saying about the dengue problem, and we are saying that we are going to hire the technical, the good technology from the other countries. So already that there is a survey they have said, we analyzed it and it says like 2019 to 2014 shows there are 2 peaks for the dengue problem. That means on June, July and November, December. So anyhow this one is also have to be solved, and when you are going to do that one, you can definitely get the support from the others. And also the big strength of the healthcare is our Honorable President is the former Health Minister of SLFP from 2010 onwards to 2014. So already you have done
2 minutes more.
you have done several things for the Sri Lanka, and you already have put the procurement mechanism between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So you can go through that one, and also for the drug policy which is already pending in the past government, you can proceed that one through the majority votes from the parliament, and you can take the free education. So we are supporting. Yes, of course you have to go for the 6% increasing the 6% for the education because education is the most basic thing that which is going to strengthen other services of the Sri Lanka, and from the younger generation we are going to build that one. So all the 11 things are going to build up from the base of the education system. So in here that I can mention one thing, like we are saying the Mahapala scholarship increased to 5,000, but it is no need to do that one for each and every sectors, because when we are taking the medical students, when they are going inside after the second year onwards, they have to teach. They are going to the teaching hospital to learn how to do the medicine. So for them, that means the part-time employment is not necessary. So we have to select the sectors which we have to give, increase the 5,000 rupees. And also we are saying like we are going to bring up all the international schools in one under the government, but it's really hard because most of the international schools are running from the other country, under the administration of other countries. So when we are going to collapse those structure, then it will give a huge impact to the education system. And also the other thing that you said that you are going to merge all the youth councils from the one you are going to take that one. You are going to undertake it from the youth, which is already have done through the past government, but it's really hard because the people's mindset can't be changed quickly. So if you have hired us for more consultancy purposes, then we hope that we can do our job well with you. Thank you. And it's open forum for you. You can ask any questions from us.
So can the minister and Prime Minister, you can two depressions.
For education, you said 6%. Yes, you agree. But on the same case, you are talking about one thing is you said it is okay, but no proper mechanism about the school leavers and you focused only about the international schools, universities, those kind of things. What about school leavers? What is your plan on that?
Thank you, and may I know who is the minister of your...
Actually, she is the acting.
Yeah, and thank you, ma'am. Actually, in your manifesto, we have already said what we are going to do with the school leavers.
Yeah.
So, because of the time consuming, we haven't touched that point because we have said that we are going to take more people who can't get into the universities because they couldn't achieve the A-level mark line that you want to enter into that one. So you are going to expand that one. That is the one already our Honorable President have mentioned. So we are saying it's really good for them because the others, no, because of them, the foreign education institutes are emerging here. So when you are taking them to there, so this one is automatically goes down.
I don't want.
Hold on. Have you covered all areas here? So,
11 areas.
yeah. Why is in like disordered the numbers or like 6 came last? Why so that?
Because we would like to say which one you are going to consider most, because as our president is already as a health minister, then the health sector is already developed. So those
Which
things
one
we
you
can.
wrote? Which one you wrote?
More.
Oh, okay. And you have other 9 here? You didn't mention that in the person. And also why the numbers are in different order? Not like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because it is regarding the manifesto. So it's easy for you to refer the manifesto while we are consulting.
How come? Because you were like when I was looking at your last 6,
Yeah.
I was thinking that there are more quite long. You had already covered 11 and all. So what was that logic? Yes, I just
That is just to this since for those fields, if we come again and again, it will take time, so we kind of bunch them together to one person. But if you have preferred, we
I was thinking now why like 1, 2, 3 for that order, why you do that? Was there a special reason or?
we bunch the fields that one person is doing together, but we kept the number because you can refer that in here. That's right.
But the one of the main point is abolishment of that presidential.
That is
You didn't discuss about that. It is the.
Can you go through that side again?
You didn't discuss.
I think they covered at the beginning.
Yes.
But can you go by one by one? Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 7, 4, that's 3.
3 is the unmoral.
Okay, 8, 9, 10. We didn't discuss that one. 11 also we didn't discuss.
No,
Yeah,
because
that's another plastic.
Yeah, you discussed.
Yeah.
But how can you find it there? No, but there's no 5. 5 right. Okay, any questions?
Regarding that fuel energy policy, nowadays the fuel prices have gone down, and you say as we try to question like what happened if the fuel price is gone up. You said there's no alternative other than increasing. Now let's assume the fuel prices further gone down, and people will tend to consume more fuel and of course the side result is like burning more fossil fuels and created environmental issues. So in that case, what is your strategy like since we have spent a lot of money on importing fuel, so are you planning to control it, or you are just keeping supply for as per the demand?
Yeah, that's why I said at that time we provide the habit like in some area we can share our solar power for the power consumption and wind power. That's why we can reduce the consumption of the oil.
So you are supporting for the strategy of like saving the energy as much as possible and keep the volume for cost low as much as possible.
My question.
In food and agriculture sort analysis, you can't find any opportunity there. It's blank. Why is that?
Yeah, that's what we saw. I mean, we kind of thought of this area like thinking from outside the country whether we are having opportunities. But I think as now, like it says, we have bans enforced on us, and also because of although we are sufficient with the rice production, but we have bad reputation with this arsenic and cancer going on. Even though we go on to exporting, with the reputation we have, it won't be that much profitable. So first, we have to somehow clear this cancer, and like using the organic fertilizer.
Why is empty?
That's because currently I don't see any opportunity. That's why I'm explaining how to create the opportunity with time.
What opportunity?
Like first we have to get removed of these threats.
What is the opportunity you want to create?
We want to export rice.
You can't do that as opportunity.
Not currently.
Why? Because we have a big amount of paddy
This is
fields
for
in
5
our
years.
country.
5 years.
Yeah, this is for 5 years, not for 100 days.
Yeah, this is for 5 years, not for 100 days. But 2 decades, we have cancer going on. And it's a bad reputation for us.
Okay, thank you very much. So I want to congratulate all of the groups for their excellent presentations and homework you have done. Now don't forget that you have not finished your work. You are supposed to actually send a report by Wednesday and the feedback what you got today as well as we should not need to improve. But please focus on the recommendations and your contribution, not on what has already happened. Now, meantime you can mark the grade. Actually, it's a ranking. For first group is group 1, second group is group 2, third group is group 3, fourth group is group 4. Don't mark for your group. All other groups, like for example, if you're in group 2, that should be 1, 3 and 4. Right? So, in order of presentation, you name the group. Or else you can put their names also. First is Suresh group, second is Vilas group, third is Tasha group, fourth is Murugesh group. So, give the rank. 1, 2, 3. That rank means you prioritize them. Not ABC.
One is the best.
Yeah. One is best. One is best.
Okay, done. Fast, please. So I want to give also quick feedback on each group. I don't know whether I should give the rank, but yeah. Now start with group one. Group one, I mean, of course, their presentation was good. There is a good environmental analysis. Also focused on 100-day program. They also had some course plan. But I mean, I didn't see them really focus to analyze the manifesto. They're more about what they think about, you know, the president and other political factors, but not really focus on the issue at hand. Also, they didn't go into detail about political details. Group 2. On the other hand, there is a comprehensive analysis of each sector, each chapter. Also, they were more passionate about the presentation. They assumed the role, chapter-wise analysis, and also the group was more coordinated among themselves. They were helping each other. The recommendations were also very good, and they were really they are implementable recommendations. Not compared to that group. Group 3, also they had some kind of innovations. They presentation, not just multimedia, PowerPoint, but point form, and also they had this strength, and how to convert strength to strength. Dual play was good, but that group was not very dynamic. They were not really. Maybe they didn't like much the work they did. So I don't know why, but sometimes they were taking it very seriously. And also Q&A they didn't really do well. Fourth group, Middle group, they had good slides. They identified clearly the 2 stages of the manifesto, 100-day program and the other long-term one. Also the subject knowledge on that group was, I think, also very good. They knew political. It was not necessary for the case, but they had some background knowledge on the issues. They are not to introduce the video, right? So that was also good idea, even though we didn't hear. But I mean that was still good, So they added more value to authentication by introducing the person. They are the only people who had that kind of idea. Also, they had this dual thing, which was good. But they didn't also really critically evaluate the document. They went along with what has already been proposed. And also, they were like a little bit disorganized among themselves. There are a lot of irregularities. Right. So I have to actually. I don't know. I didn't look at the rank, but I would say group 2 is the winner. Group 2, they are the best group among all 4 groups of populations. They were good in content, they had a good work, their analysis was also good. The 3, they're really not very good to the standard I expected. Maybe group 2. Tasha's group was also not really bad. This is your group, right? They also did some work, but they are not really, in terms of content and strategic thinking, that was also not very good. But as a group work, they have done some work. First group and last group, they are not really, they are not really strategically sound enough in their work. So I decided on the rank based on other people's comments. Any comments from the class? Anybody? Before I want to do So now the idea of this documents. Okay. Idea of this exercise is not really just to look at what they have done, but we want you to focus on analyzing the document, maybe the manifesto, and challenge it, critically evaluate it. So nobody to that extent will do that. Nobody challenge the document. You went with that. You don't have to do that now. You can come to the cabinet and say these are the problems in this manifesto. For example, now when I ask you, now what is the vision of the manifesto? What do you want to achieve? In fact, even the manifesto is not very clear. But you try to formulate something, but you have not thought of it. Now, when you say strategic management, you go with the strategic management, our planning model. So, vision, mission, strategies, objectives, strategies, action plan, budget, timeline. So, are these areas covered in the document? Now, maybe we can say the vision is to have a corruption-free, democratic, stable Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, they say good governance. So that is something which can derive from that. But the mission, to reach this mission, through vision, we have a vision. Maybe I was proposing united government or national government. They use the term national alliance. So that through that you do all these actions to reach the idea of goal of becoming a democratic, corruption-free, dynamic country. And actually there are some mistakes. Nobody found, did anybody find mistakes? No answer 1 by divided by 1 equals 0. There was a mistake like that in actually this manifesto. Anybody found that? They say 90% commission, corruption. But they give the example of for 100,000 work, there is a commission for 900,000. So it's 900%, not 90%, but they say it's 90%. So it's a mistake like multiple. So this is very bad. Now, the people who have done this, either they have made a mistake or they were in a hurry or they have not paid attention to the view. Okay, so I will not go into details about, because things are already discussed. But important thing here to understand is two-stage strategy, 100-day program and 5-year program. There are a lot of those areas we discussed, 10 areas, right? So how to go about that. But so we can debate and see if you have done analysis on that. Now, what was missing in your presentation, which I expected, you have done search analysis, but that is a very generic and very basic, and everybody knows that. But what about having something like 7S framework? The 7S framework can analyze this. Balance scorecard. So how you look at all these 10 components, areas and formulate a balance scorecard. For any other sort test analysis, some people just good people. I don't know that people also be right. But anyway, now when you are talking about strategic analysis, you have to use a lot of tools. I didn't get that kind of analysis for any of you, except guest analysis, sort analysis. Now, in terms of when you critically analyze the document, there are some problems as citizens or analysts questions. For example, there are assumptions. Now, moral society, when you don't have, let's say, low number of alcohol, ban no high taxes on smoking, reduction on some kind of, let's say, no casinos. So is it going to guarantee that it's a moralistic society? What about the freedom of people, right of choice? So now, if banning is an option, you can ban a lot of things. I mean, it's not really going to encourage, it's not going to solve the problems we have. So there are assumptions about what is good. And actually now, a lot of people argue, what is the right of government that they should take this into trust? If I want to drink, I don't drink alcohol as an individual, I don't smoke. But for a smoking guy, if you are willing to pay and if you are willing to you pay a lot of tax. Actually, in Sri Lanka, I think the zero tobacco pays the largest number of tax, largest amount of, I don't know the figure. So you should question, not necessarily because it's very nice, the Buddhist monks said that, and so those kind of things. That you challenge assumptions. And also, now this document focused more on the mistakes of the previous government. Maybe it is good before the election. Now elections are finished and President is Maithripala Sirisena. Now a lot of the logic of that was bad, this corruption, these people did that. Now those are all gold now. So we should look at the future. So the document is not really future oriented. It is past oriented. It look at all the problems we had at that time. I am saying again, this was maybe valid when it was an election manifesto, but as a document to look at for the future, it has serious orientation issues. And also, if you notice this, a lot of details are negative. How to get rid of negative things? Does that mean that it will automatically helping to focus the country? Let's say maybe you get rid of corruption, you get rid of all bad things, but it doesn't ensure that country will move to be a progressive, stable society automatically. There should be mechanisms and policies focused towards that. Now, for example, I have not really studied Chaminda Hettiarachchi outlook. Something like that name itself is like a future oriented one. So now I don't know, of course it doesn't mean that now what they did it was very bad, but now when you look at a government policy document, it should be future oriented. Now for example, if we have something like Sri Lanka 2021 mission or vision document, something like that, that is a different thing. So it doesn't, this is only saying that how you get out of the negative things. Now again I am emphasizing this is because of the ground reality what we had. But when we look at, now if I am the strategic consultancy or even the Prime Minister or the Prime Minister's advisors, a lot of things are now anymore not relevant because now Mahinda Rajapaksa government is gone. So where we should focus, where we want to achieve, how we go there, what are the actions we should take, those are not very indicated and in order. And also, if you notice, this document is very local focus. About it is not. I am not saying that it should not be addressing local issues, but they are only getting rid of kidney problems, agriculture problems. What about the competitiveness, global competition we have, the regional issues? So those things are not there. They are trying to solve the problems which are on the ground level, small problems. So maybe it is good as a vote gaining document, but in terms of you becoming a nation which is dynamic and competitive, those are not really the only issues we have. So I also wanted to mention some processes or some areas not covered in the document. Now, as I told you, like a vision for 2020 or 2050 should have been a good idea. We can't get that from the document. And Sri Lankan diaspora, so some people talk about brain drain, but it's more beyond brain drain. So how you get the brains back, and how you take the input or contribution from 2 million diaspora, Tamil, Muslim, singular, experts and non-experts out of Sri Lanka. Now they are important element of Sri Lankan development. So how you take their input? It is not discussed here. And it actually the document doesn't discuss during the next 5 years how to solve the issue of ethnic conflict, the minority issues. And other, I am not talking about only the Muslim Tamil problem, but a lot of other issues like the disabled people, other minorities. So those are not discussed. They are doing things on ground to solve this issue, but it's not in the document. And also now the main focus we should look at is actually productivity and continuous improvement of the country, of the workforce, of the people. Now if you look at reports like World Continuous Ranking, Global Continuous Index, those kind of freedom, somebody mentioned about freedom press freedom. But if you look at World Bank rating, doing business rating, economic World Economic Forum, improve ranking. So we have to let even try to improve. Even the university rank, those are not really discussed. And now one of the most important aspect now, regional and international relations is fine, but what about regional collaboration? South Asia, now we are talking about India as a big economy, so how we get the benefits of regional collaboration, South Asia as a one economic unit, those things are not discussed, even though some actions have been taken. For example, even I was looking at the document to see that there's a nuclear, something about nuclear. It is not there, but they are not doing it. So I am saying that government is not doing anything, but it is not included in the document. The final point, now economical dynamism. Now they talk about giving subsidies, improving some industries, but there's no real focus or discussion on how you improve your economical competitiveness and how you generate revenue. It is about distributing money you have. Those things are discussed in detail, but it doesn't discuss about how you improve your revenue. And also nothing much about, like they talk about FDI and the knowledge economy, but they are not really policy related main goals about how you increase the pie, how you distribute the pie. They discuss. So again, I want to say now this was done as a election manifesto. That may be the reason for that focus, but now maybe my suggestion is they should redo this as a Maithripala Sirisena's actually now 6 years. Now this document is planned for 6 years. Now Maithripala Sirisena himself has said the citizenship is only for 5 years. So maybe they should do 5 years plan for Sri Lanka for next 5 years. So those are some of my comments. So now the point here is now we don't go by what they have provided us. We challenge them, right? We say these are the negatives, these are the ways they should organize. I didn't see from anybody, you categorize all. Now maybe that could be like one by one, but maybe you categorize some of them into bigger, broader categories on, I don't know, welfare oriented, political reform, something like that. Then like balanced scorecard, different dimensions, and maybe even develop indicators. So the point is, as strategic analysts, you are not reporters, you are not journalists. Your job is to contribute through your expertise and knowledge, not just to report what they have done. Okay, so I expect you to do that maybe better in the next session. Okay, so that is what I want to say on this. Anybody want to say anything on this now? Next week, actually it's also relevant. Some people already discussed about it, but our case discussion next week is we are going to see how it is done in Singapore. So this is our business school case on remaking Singapore. 50 years of Singapore development, how they developed Singapore, and they were facing some challenges in 2010. So what they should do. So next week you will be, again thinking like policymakers of Singapore, advising to Singapore Prime Minister. Now actually the original business case was Singapore Incorporation. Singapore sounds like a company. The President Prime Minister was the CEO, and the cabinet ministers were really like directors. So now they have updated this document or this case to become remaking Singapore. Why we don't do this? Because I think this is the best country in the world run based on the business management concept. And also it is very relevant to us as Sri Lanka. Like we will talk about this, how do you call it? Tamas. So I think Pani Karnai was talking about it, or Prime Minister, I don't know. So it is also useful for us. So we will see how this can be used for Sri Lankan situation. So that is our case discussion next week. And we don't have good presentation. I'm trying to get a guest speaker for the first session, but we will have the case discussion on this. Okay. From next after 2 weeks, we will go back to the original format of do presentation, alumni presentation, and case discussion. So I have already invited the interviewers from next after 2 weeks. We will be starting an R&D mission and June. So we will do the interview on behalf of me with the alumni every day. Okay? That you will not be alumni. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you next week. Based on your report, if you are done a good job, your grade may be upgraded. If you got C, it will be B. If you got B plus, sometimes you get D plus. So that will be, I will
Project is going on. All right.